Hi guys, it's good to see you. This is Ms. Sarah Bassioni with you today. We're going to be working on Unit 14, Lessons 3 and 4. We're still doing the topic of wonders of the world. Now let's go to the learning objectives of the day. So guys, you're going to be listening to a conversation about the wonders of the world, and you're going to practice asking for opinions and expressing agreement and disagreement, along with carrying out an internet search about the 7 wonders of the world. Now we're going to go to the first question, which is look at the pictures, which are man-made wonders and which are natural wonders. So we have Wadi Rayyan waterfalls, the temple of Abu Simbel, the Sphinx, and Siwa Oasis. Guys, I want you to pay attention to the shape of the scenery and let's try and analyze. If we look at Wadi Rayyan, do you think this is man-made? Is it made by a human being or is it naturally made? Let's look at the temple of Abu Simbel. This is actually sculptured. So I want you guys to think, do you think this is sculptured by humans? Is it man-made or is it a natural wonder? Let's look at the Sphinx. It is also sculptured, so it's probably done by maybe a human being, we'll see. And the Siwa Oasis, do you think it's a natural wonder or do you think it is man-made? Now, the suggested answers or the correct answers are the man-made wonders are the temple of Abu Simbel along with the Sphinx, whereas the natural wonders are Wadi Rayyan waterfalls and Siwa Oasis. So anything that is made by humans is man-made, and anything that is natural, you find it naturally and no humans have had any interference with it, is called natural wonder. Now we're gonna go on to
what do you think of this list, Huda? It's a list of places that should be the 7 wonders of Egypt. You can vote on which ones should be on the final list of 7 places. It has the pyramids, of course, but it doesn't have the Cairo Tower. I think the Cairo Tower should be on the list. I'm afraid to disagree, Salma. I think that all the places on the list should be ancient wonders like Abu Simbel or natural wonders such as the Wadi Rayyan waterfalls. I totally disagree. The Aswan High Dam is on the list, and it's modern, so why not have the Cairo Tower? Yes, you have a point there. Does it have the Citadel in Cairo? That's amazing. I couldn't agree with you more. It's not on the list, but it should be. How do you feel about the Sphinx? I think that should be on the list too. That's exactly how I feel. It's very ancient. Now, the Suez Canal should definitely be one of the man-made wonders. I'm happy that the Suez Canal is on the list. Do you agree? I agree with you up to a point. It is fantastic. But I prefer ancient buildings like some of the other pyramids. So, shall we vote? Yes, good idea.
So I would like you guys to say which 2 places do they agree that should be on the list. The answers are the Citadel in Cairo and the Sphinx should be on the list. So based upon their discussion, Salma and Huda's discussion, they chose Citadel in Cairo along with the Sphinx. Now let's move on to the next exercise. You guys are going to listen one more time and you're going to complete the sentences. So pay attention to the details as you listen. You may take notes to help you, but first I advise you to read the questions before you listen so that you are aware of what you're going to find out in terms of information. Now let's look at number 1. Huda thinks that all places on the list should be ancient wonders. Let's look at number 2. Salma says that the Aswan High Dam is on the list, so why not blank? So you need to listen up for what Salma is saying about the Aswan High Dam. Number 3 states, Huda thinks that the Citadel in Cairo blank. So we need to listen to Huda as she speaks about Citadel in Cairo to learn more about her opinion. Number 4, Huda thinks that the Suez Canal blank. So we need to find what Huda says about the Suez Canal or what she thinks of the Suez Canal. And number 5, Selma likes the Suez Canal but prefers something else. So you need to pay attention. Now let's listen to the audio.
What do you think of this list, Huda? It's a list of places that should be the 7 wonders of Egypt. You can vote on which ones should be on the final list of 7 places. It has the pyramids, of course, but it doesn't have the Cairo Tower. I think the Cairo Tower should be on the list. I'm afraid to disagree, Salma. I think that all the places on the list should be ancient wonders like Abu Simbel or natural wonders such as the Wadi Rayyan waterfalls. I totally disagree. The Aswan High Dam is on the list, and it's modern, so why not have the Cairo Tower? Yes, you have a point there. Does it have the Citadel in Cairo? That's amazing. I couldn't agree with you more. It's not on the list, but it should be. How do you feel about the Sphinx? I think that should be on the list too. That's exactly how I feel. It's very ancient. Now, the Suez Canal should definitely be one of the man-made wonders. I'm happy that the Suez Canal is on the list. Do you agree? I agree with you up to a point. It is fantastic. But I prefer ancient buildings like some of the other pyramids. So, shall we vote? Yes, good idea.
So if we look at number 2, Selma says that the Aswan High Dam is on the list. So why not have the Cairo Tower? Number 3 states, Huda thinks that the Citadel in Cairo is amazing. So Huda really likes Citadel in Cairo. Let's look at number 4. Huda thinks that the Suez Canal blank. She thinks that the Suez Canal can definitely be one of the man-made wonders, so she wants to add it to the list. Salma likes the Suez Canal but prefers blank. What does she prefer? Ancient buildings, like some of the other pyramids. Now, guys, I'm going to ask you to work in pairs. First, each student should write a list of the 7 places that should be the 7 wonders of Egypt. So I want you guys to brainstorm and write down your own list based on places you have visited or places you have read about and places you have listened to in the listening section. And once you're done with that, I want you to compare your list with your partner's list. Ask for and give opinions about the places on your list. So I want you to discuss with respect, using polite words, whether you agree or disagree with each other's list. Try to use the expressions from the functions box. Now, I want you to look at the speech bubbles on the right-hand side to help you. What do you think of the Sphinx? I think it should be on the list. So her friend says, I couldn't agree with you more. Now, if I'm asking for somebody's opinion about something, I might say, what do you think of? I might say the Sphinx or the pyramids. How do you feel about, I can say the Cairo Tower or Abu Simbel. And I could say, do you agree with my opinion? I can also express agreement. If I agree with someone, I could say, I couldn't agree with you more. Or that's exactly how I feel. Or you have a point there. Now, if I want to express disagreement, so if I have a different opinion, I can express it by saying, I'm afraid I totally disagree. Or I might say, I feel completely the opposite. I'm going to ask you to bring your phones out and I want you to open your cameras in order to scan the QR code that is visible in front of you in order to find out what are the current 7 wonders of the world and what are the 7 natural wonders of the world. So please scan and collect as much information as you could. Now, wrap up for the day. What have we completed so far, guys? We have listened to a conversation about the wonders of the world. We have practiced asking for opinions and expressing agreement along with disagreement. And we have carried out an internet search using QR codes, and we learned more about the 7 wonders of the world. Hello and welcome to Lesson 4, Unit 14. We're still doing Wonders of the World. So let's look at today's objectives. We're going to give and discuss opinions. So we're going to give our own opinion and we're going to discuss different opinions. We're going to plan and write a paragraph about a modern wonder of the world. So we're going to plan and write a paragraph about a modern wonder of the world. Now, let's look at the first section. I want you guys to ask and answer. There are man-made and natural wonders of the world. I want you guys to look at the 3 pictures that you can see. There are man-made and natural wonders of the world. Can you match those pictures to these modern wonders of the world? We have Victoria Falls from Africa and the Grand Canyon, USA, and we've got the Channel Tunnel between England and France. Now, I want you guys to guess. If you look at the first picture, you'll notice that there's a tunnel. So do you think this is Victoria Falls or the Grand Canyon or the Channel Tunnel? Okay, let's look at B, picture B. Now, do you think this is Victoria Falls or the Grand Canyon? And let's look at the picture C. It looks like it has water, so maybe it could be Victoria Falls. Now, let's check exercise 1. So A is the Channel Tunnel, B is the Grand Canyon, and C is the Victoria Falls. And now we're gonna go to questions 2 and 3. What is your opinion of these places? Guys, when you look at those, I want you to think and consider, how do you feel about them? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Do you think they are natural? Do you think they are man-made? If we look at the tunnel, we're going to notice that there are people working within the tunnel. So this might be an indicator that the tunnel is man-made. Now let's look at the Grand Canyon, which is letter B in the image. Letter B, okay, the Grand Canyon shows that it's probably natural. So it's a natural wonder. And if we look at C, the waterfall is always a natural wonder as well. So you can say whether you enjoy looking at it or not. What's your opinion of these places? Now let's go to question 3. Do you agree with your partner's opinion? Guys, when you are stating your opinion, I want you to share it with your parent or with your friend or with your sibling or with your cousin. You can even do it on the phone using social media as stated in other units. Now, let's go on to the next part, which is the project. Guys, I'm going to ask you to choose a place that you think should be on the list of modern wonders of the world. So think of a place anywhere around the world, and I want you to think, where is this place and why did you choose it? And then I want you to describe it and give your opinion about it. Why is it important to protect this place? Then, once you're done with collecting information and writing it down, I'd like you to create your own poster or a brochure about the place and say why it should be on it. Now, let's look at the sample we have here. In my opinion, the Bibliotheca Alexandrina should be part of a list of modern wonders of the world. It was designed by a group of international architects who work in Norway. The library is very modern and full of light from the sun during the day. It has been called too modern for some people, but I totally disagree. I think it is fantastic. So guys, think about a place you would wish to travel to and make sure it is a modern wonder, and then say where it is, why you chose it, describe it, and give your opinion. Why it is important to protect this place, and then create your own poster similar to this one. Now, this is just a writing model, but you can create your own. This is the Kaching Falls, which are located between Kuala Lumpur and Ruang in Selangor, Malaysia. And it is a popular tourist destination in Kuala Lumpur. Its height is 208 meters. At Kaching Falls, you can swim in clean waterfall pools or picnic and even walk in a lush rainforest setting. In my opinion, I think this is a beautiful place because it is relaxing and you can do a lot of activities there, and it is just wonderful and natural. It is not man-made. Now, wrap up, guys. What have we done so far? We have discussed our opinion. planned and wrote a paragraph about a modern wonder of the world. Feel free to go back to the lesson if you need to look for information or revise any piece of information. Thank you guys. Have a great day. This is Ms. Sara Basyuni who was with you today.